Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring, the heavyweight champion wrestler of the world, from parts unknown, weight unknown. Please welcome Millhouse G.
It's a professional wrestler's life. Keeping it real on the road. Getting in a headlock, getting in the body slam. It's a professional wrestler's life. It's not all glitz and glamour on the road. Keeping it up, keeping it sold, keeping it together every night. Different place, same old fight. It's a professional wrestler's life. It's a professional wrestler's life. Off the top rope, get me in a headlock, body slam. Off the top rope, get me in a headlock, body slam. Taking those pills so it just don't hurt. It's a professional wrestler's life. It's a professional wrestler's life.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Greg Boggis, CEO of the Culinary Wrestling Federation. Welcome to tonight's main event.
Thank you, Mr. Boggis. I'm Millhouse G. I'm happy to be gracing once again. I am the greatest announcer that LA TV has ever had. I'm sitting next to the turncoat fake CEO of the supposed Culinary Wrestling Federation. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the upcoming match where my brother, Millhouse G, has spent 365 days in jail after being supposedly stealing the Culinary Wrestling Federation belt during the past Rumble in the Kitchen match.
It was caught on film. It was caught on film, folks. There's no question. There's no railroaded by justice. The fella is a felon. He was thrown in the pokey. He deserved his 365 days in the Hoosgow. Some call it the Clink. Others call it the Gray Bar Hotel. He deserved his time because he's a thief.
My brother, my twin brother, wrongly accused of stealing the precious Culinary Wrestling Federation belt?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
It was on film, for
Let me
goodness
tell you
sakes.
what happened. For people who don't know, my brother has been spending 1 year in jail. In an unprecedented part of his sentence, he had to eat Dennis Wirth's food every single day while he was in the Slammer.
Well,
what do you think? That's my brother. He's
who
had
wouldn't
gas.
enjoy a Slim
Will you
Jim
just be
casserole,
quiet,
for
please,
gosh
for
sakes?
2 seconds? My brother has had gastrointestinal problems since he's been in jail. And now he's getting out tonight. He's getting out tonight.
Yeah, to try to reclaim his dignity because he was convicted a felon. We're going to have
I don't know if you
felon
ever had Dennis Wirth's
disgracing our stage.
I don't know if you've ever had Dennis Wirth's food before.
Oh,
but
Dennis
it is the worst food
phenomenal
ever. And to have somebody have to eat that, my brother having to eat his food for a year.
Oh, what he can do with a spiced ham.
Well, let me tell you something,
Dennis
ladies
Wirth,
and
I'm
gentlemen.
telling you.
I have got my manager, Johnny
You don't get a physique
Flambe,
like Dennis Wirth eating garbage. That's all
My
I'm saying.
manager, Johnny Flambe, is going right now to pick up my brother and bring him over to the cage. And let me tell you, we have some surprises for you, Dennis Wirth.
Yeah, we're not gonna get all caught up in all this little gamey stuff here. We're gonna have a great match. We're gonna have a good match, and we're gonna have an honest match. Okay? None of this cheating, none of this stealing, none of this thievery, none of this throwing flour in anybody's face. We're gonna have none of that. Hootenanny and hullabaloo. We're gonna have a good, honest wrestling match, the way it should be done.
Let's take a look at some of the participants, okay?
All right, well, let's start out with the first. This gentleman is the physique and the grace and finesse of this first wrestler, Alan the Animal Richardson. Let's take a look at him.
Alan the Animal Richardson.
Oh, look at him.
What
spectacular.
a bum. He was on my side and my brother's side during the Rumble in the Kitchen. Am I correct?
You are correct.
And for those who don't know,
and then he decided to go with the
this guy.
non-felon side.
He turned his back on his
He didn't
friend
want to
and
spend
my
any
brother.
time in the Gray Bar Hotel getting a massage from some guy named Nico.
My brother did not rat anybody out. turn anybody in. He's spending his time in jail. Alan the Animal Richardson, you're a disgrace to wrestling, to food, and humanity.
He's a fabulous, fabulous wrestler.
Let's take a look at the next person.
Let's move along, shall we?
Who
This next gentleman is Antonio Tony Roy. The French Connection. This guy is unbelievable.
Another turncoat.
Another fabulous,
traitor.
fabulous wrestler. A great, good man. And he wears a hat well, and he wears a beard well.
I don't know who you think you're talking about.
I'm talking about Tony Roy.
This guy.
He's a great man.
Pumped up, one-time WWE wrestler, a scrub. He's always been a scrub. I took him under my wing, my brother and myself.
Do you remember the last time you said that to his face?
Yeah, he put a cupcake pan to the back of my head.
Yeah, there you go. Let the record show.
That guy's a bum too.
And then unfortunately we've got to.
You're a bum as well.
Listen,
Okay,
calm down.
Sorry.
Don't eat any of this. Like I said,
Let's take a look at the next
this
person.
horseradish. Next up, this next gentleman. Wow, I won't call
What
him
a
gentleman.
handsome son
He's
of
a
a gun
felon.
he is.
This next felon is Millhouse G.
Now this is my twin brother. Okay, this is how he looked.
Flaccid. Look at him. Look at that. The sacky
no
chin,
question.
the ashen complexion.
Listen, Playboy.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Just because your father gave you this company, don't be insulting my brother, my twin brother Millhouse. Who I can't wait to see. He's getting out of jail. He's in shape. He's in good as shape as he can be from eating that crappy food that Dennis fed him every day.
Oh, come on. He should be in great shape, but his flaccid stomach has a consistency of foie gras. Look at him, for heaven's sake. What a pathetic. And finally, we're finally going to be getting on to the real, the true, actual wrestling specimen. This next gentleman, what can I say about him? Dennis the Chef Wirth. Look at this. I mean, that
Come
is.
on.
Look at that.
Let me tell you a little bit about
magnificent
this
specimen.
Okay.
Beautiful. I mean, he has a gorgeous ab. Very good complexion, color.
No, can we get back to that? Can we get back to that close-up
Yeah,
again?
let's take another look.
Look
at that.
Shoving a Hershey bar in his mouth.
Well, that's training, for heaven's sakes. What athlete doesn't want to get a little bit of a sugar blast when they're training? A little protein, a little sugar. There's probably nuts in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, he has a show called The Comedy Kitchen, who he ripped off once again from a show that my brother used to put on, Cooking with Comedy.
I told you we're not going to get into this malarkey.
The now defunct show.
We don't need this malarkey, folks. We need a real wrestling match. We've got the third match coming up, the Cooking in the Cage match, folks. We are not going to get into this little go forth between Dennis's wonderful show and your hack little show where you had people come on.
Now over.
Well, yeah, see, it was so bad that Dennis's show is still running. Your show is now defunct.
True, but I think everything's going to be settled very, very shortly.
Yeah, I think it is going to be settled very, very shortly,
and you know
folks.
what? I told my therapist, and I told everybody that I was going to control myself.
See, and you're doing a wonderful
I've done a good job.
Except for,
But I didn't take my
like
medication this morning, and this is what I think of you.
All right, folks, on to the match. Hi, I'm Greg Boggis, CEO of the Culinary Wrestling Federation, here for my big sit-down interview with Dynamite Dennis Wirth. Dennis, how are you?
Thanks for having me, Greg. I'm a little frustrated with the whole situation with the Punk there, Millhouse girl, but we're going to settle things. I think we're going to get it settled finally once and for all.
All right, well, let's get down to these questions. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, what do you got for me?
First question is, how are you feeling about this match tonight?
This match tonight, I feel the same as I felt about every other match, Greg. Very confident that the Punk Millhouse girl cannot bring to the wrestling ring what a professional wrestler like myself brings. Here's a man, who had such a pathetic cooking show as Cooking with Comedy that you didn't even cook food on his show, okay? That's how pathetic of a show it was. And it got to the point it was so pathetic they actually threw it off the air, so it's not even filming, so it's not something he could live up to the standard of the Comedy Kitchen, the show that I'm putting out.
Excellent, excellent. Next question is, you've lost 88 pounds. And the Inquirer has reported your secret to the weight loss was that you would only eat half the cow. Is that true?
Well, the truth was that in order to lose the weight to get in the training for this show, is that I figured all I would eat was Millhouse G's cooking, and seeing as how I didn't want to eat that, I went hungry a lot of days. I lost the 88 pounds. I am in the best physical shape of my life, and I am ready for the cooking in the cage match that's going on tonight if they let the punk Millhouse girl out of jail.
Well, actually, I just read a text that said that he has been released and is on his way here.
And he's ready to get his butt whooped.
He's ready to get his
I see.
taken to the cleaners.
I'm ready.
So do you still sell your famous circus peanut barbecue sauce?
I do. You can find that on my website, www.dennisworth.webs.com. It's a link to the Comedy Kitchen where we actually have food on my show. And just to show Millhouse Girl that there's no hard feelings, I brought in a gift for him. I want you to give this to him, okay?
Okay.
Here's what I got from Millhouse Girl. We brought in a cookbook, okay? And once you give this to him, he will no longer have to cook the slop that he was putting out, okay? Not that this will ever bring him up to the level of the Comedy Kitchen, but at least he won't be a disgrace that he's been so far to the cooking community. So I'm gonna leave that right here so you can give that to Millhouse Girl when you see him later on today.
And
okay?
is that the same pan that was used to belt him in the head?
You'd have to ask Mr. Tony Roy about that, but yeah, we took it to him just like we're gonna take it to him tonight.
So you said that your diet consisted of not eating the horrible food that Millhouse cooked. Did you actually offer and did you send any food to him while he was incarcerated in the Gray Bar Hotel for his whole 365 days?
Yeah, well, the judge thought that would be one thing to teach Millhouse Girl a lesson, was that if they had him eat my food every day, that he might actually learn how to make a good dish, and that he'd no longer have to put out the slop that he was putting out. So that was part of his rehabilitation program, was to actually eat good food so he don't have to eat his slop any longer.
So not only are you a phenomenal wrestler, you're also a great humanitarian.
Yeah, I try to find the level between both worlds, the cooking world and the wrestling world. I find a fine medium, and you try to be a good person in there and give back. I try to give back to people like Millhouse Girl and hope someday they will be reformed.
Excellent. And the final question is, how badly will you whip Millhouse's ass?
To this point, I normally don't take time out of my schedule to wrestle such pathetic people as Millhouse Girl, okay? So I'd have to say I'm pretty frustrated with the whole thing at this point, okay? Because here's a guy who has accomplished nothing in the cooking world. He's accomplished nothing in the wrestling world, okay? And let me show you something, girl. Let me show you something right now, okay? Let me show you something. Okay, this is what happens, okay, when you actually win in a wrestling match, okay? You go home with something like this, okay? The CWF Championship belt, okay? And tonight in the Cooking in the Cage match, okay, I'll be bringing this home over my shoulder just like this, while Millhouse Girl will go home and do whining and crying as usual.
Well, once again, I'm very, very excited about this final match to finally settle this dispute. We know who the people with the skill and the people with the talent, and we know who are the convicted felons and the people of lesser means and lesser skills. And we're going to have this all fleshed out tonight here at the Culinary Wrestling Federation. I'm the CEO, Greg Boggis, with the fabulous Dynamite Dennis Wirth. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Millhouse G. I am in the Hooskow, the jail, the big house, talking to my twin brother, Millhouse G, about his upcoming CWF match against Dennis, the so-called champ Wirth. Welcome, Millhouse. Good to see you. Good to see my brother. First question that everyone wants to know is, how was your year in jail? My year in jail was the worst experience of my life. I couldn't believe how long these 365 days has been. Not a day goes by that I don't think about that scoundrel, Dennis Wirth. Millhouse, tell us your thoughts about your upcoming match with Dennis Wirth. I will be leaving jail here, finally. My only person that stood by me through this, my manager, Johnny Flambe, is on his way to pick me up. Besides stopping for a quick bite to eat, to give me some sort of real food in my stomach, I'll be going right towards that cage to take on and get what's truly mine, the Culinary Wrestling Federation belt. Millhouse, my brother, tell me, how are you feeling now that you had to eat Dennis Wirth's food? 3 meals a day, I heard. 3 meals a day. All you could eat is Dennis Wirth's food in jail, my brother? Is it true that you have gastrointestinal disease now because of eating his food? I would have rather eaten dog crap. And I cannot believe for 1 second that that judge not only gave me 365 days in jail, handcuffed, but he also made me eat Dennis Wirth's food every single day, 3 square meals a day. I would have rather eaten square blocks than the garbage that he sent over for me to eat. I have gastrointestinal problems right now. How was my stay? My brother Millhouse, do you know that you are considered a hero? A hero in not only the jail community, but the social media community as well, because you did not turn in anybody or rat on anybody from the supposed theft of the Culinary Wrestling Federation belt. Of course I'm a hero. I am a hero to every man, to everybody that's ever stood behind a saute pan. For any person that's ever cooked a decent meal and stood up for what is right in cooking and in life. I'm glad I'm a hero, and I'm here to represent all the people that have been looked down upon in their life. I'm here for you all. Millhouse, you'll be getting out of jail soon. You'll be picked up by your one-time manager, Johnny Flambe, and brought over directly to the cage. Yes, we will stop and get you some real food on the way in, because that would be unfair if you didn't. But we hear there's a few surprises on the way for Dennis. Would you care to tell us about that? Do I have some surprises for Dennis Wirth? My brother, Millhouse, do I have some surprises for Dennis Wirth? Dennis, it's been 365 days I've been waiting to get you and get what's truthfully mine back, the Culinary Wrestling Federation belt. It's coming my way. I'm going to get myself a double cheeseburger, a smell of fresh air, and off I go to that cage. Surprises, Dennis? You don't know. Thank you, Johnny Flambe. See what this says? Is this where the match is going to be taking place? Wirth, I'm here. I'm out of prison. I'm with my boy, Johnny Flambe. Okay? I'm here. I'm ready to take my Culinary Wrestling Federation belt back. You see this, what this says? I was an inmate for 1 long year eating your food. Dennis, I'm coming to get ya.
Here we are at the Culinary Wrestling Federation to match up Dynamite Dennis Wirth versus Millhouse G, the Felon, for the final owner of the Culinary Wrestling Federation belt. Ladies and gentlemen, put your food down and get ready to rumble.
1 long year I've been in prison. 1 long year. You get over here, Chef Dennis Wirth. Get up here. I waited here a year of eating your food. A year. Get over here. A year of eating your food. This is what it tastes like. You like that? Get over there.
Dennis is on the ropes. Oh, can Dennis get up? Oh, Millhouse is down. Dennis comes in with the fabulous pretzel toss. Oh, Millhouse oh, he's taking it. He's taking it on the chin. He's taking it on the face. Oh, Dennis may have this match in the lunch bag.
That's right. That's right. That's right. For the win. For the win. Here we go. Give it now.
2. Oh, he's rallying. Millhouse is rallying. He's rallying. Oh, with a forearm smash. And another forearm smash.
This is oatmeal.
Going for
this
the
is
oatmeal.
that I had to eat, Dennis. Well, every day I had to eat. See how you like it.
Oh, it's the oatmeal toss.
Who's number 1 now? Cooking with comedy, baby. Cooking with comedy.
Oh, this may be it for Dennis.
Comedy.
This may be it for Dennis. He is down.
Who's the champ now?
He is down.
That belt is mine.
He is down. Dennis is down.
Championship
Millhouse
belt is mine. Who's the best cook in the world? Millhouse is, baby.
Millhouse is going for the belt. Can Dennis rally one last time? Can he rally? Can he rally? He's rallying. He's rallying. Oh, Millhouse. Oh, Millhouse against the cage. And Dennis is going for the it's the old Aunt Jemima gambit. And now the cheese.
No, the cheese girl.
This could be curtains. Oh, it's almost over. Oh, Millhouse looks like he is out. He is out. Millhouse is down. This could be curtains for Millhouse, folks. This is not looking good. Dennis is rallying. He is rallying. He is rallying for the cause. He wants that belt. You can see it in his face. He's hungry. And he's always hungry, as we know. The cookie toss. Oh, he's tossing his cookies. He's tossing his cookies. And Millhouse is going for the crackers. A cracker cookie toss.
You know, champ, look at this.
Millhouse is going mad. Dennis is once again has lost his cookies. Millhouse. I think the gentlemen need a break. The CWF, Culinary Wrestling Federation, has actually officially mandated food breaks and snack breaks so that the gentlemen are able to maintain their fighting skills. So give them a moment to refuel. Millhouse, please refuel. Dennis, refuel.
Thank God.
While we're at it, management is allowed also.
Oh, I needed this, man. I needed this. Energy, baby. Sugar levels up, baby.
I hope you're all seeing this. The cheater. You see this beautiful face? You see it? No, it's Herman Wirth. I still got more for you. Once, of course, my blood sugar goes up. Whew.
Hoo-yah, get my second win. Hoo-yah. Hoo-yah, my second win, baby. I'm coming. Let's go, let's go.
Look at this culinary carnage. This is the sign of an absolute match to meet all matches. This is the sign of a death match over food. That's right. And they're off again.
You had enough work?
Want some of that cookie gave me energy. The cookie
You
gave
have
me...
enough? Oh!
Millhouse is stunned. Dennis once again climbing to the top of the heap. Oh, duck. Oh, Dennis looks like he's going for foreign objects.
You can take that candy bar, Wirth.
Oh, there we go.
Get down, flat up out the thing.
Oh, somebody's got the belt. Somebody's got the belt. One, two, three. He's out of here. Goodbye.
Finally, the Culinary Wrestling Federation belt is Millhouse G's. I want to thank my mom, my dad, my kids, my manager Johnny Flambe, waiters, waitresses, busboys, dishwashers, chefs, cooks, prep cooks, maintenance people, moppers, general managers, different managers, district managers, any manager you can think of. I want to thank my uncle, my aunt, my brother, my sister, Dishpan, Cisco Industries. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring, the heavyweight champion wrestler of the world, from parts unknown, weight unknown. Please welcome Millhouse G.
It's a professional wrestler's life. Keeping it real on the road. Getting in a headlock, getting in the body slam. It's a professional wrestler's life. It's not all glitz and glamour on the road. Keeping it up, keeping it sold, keeping it together every night. Different place, same old fight. It's a professional wrestler's life. It's a professional wrestler's life. Off the top rope, get me in a headlock, body slam. Off the top rope, get me in a headlock, body slam. Taking those pills so it just don't hurt. It's a professional wrestler's life. It's a professional wrestler's life.